Hello, it is Sunday, July 29th, 2012 at 4 p.m. Central Time. And I want to show you something happening here on radar. We've got, here over the New Madrid area, we've got a storm that's moving over. And I'm just going to kind of ramble around here a little bit. Here's a close-up shot of that. And something interesting about this storm is it goes over Cairo here. You'll see that see how it gets hot and then passes again right after it goes over it. That's at the point it gets intense. And also you can see we've got a little bit of a V forming. Additionally, we've got a beam coming out of here at Padaka. I can never get that one right. But you can see it coming out here. That's the Doppler. And it's timed about the same time that we've got the intensity going over Cairo. Additionally, we've got this mossy looking muck here. See, it looks like seaweed. Here's a Doppler right here. I think this is Springfield. And then you'll see these storms rise up, and it's right at the point of this line, this green line that just kind of hangs there. Actually, there's a little indentation here. Going over to IntelliCast, I turned on the earthquakes and the wildfire detection. I noticed that we had a earthquake here off the Oregon coast of 4.0 on July 29th at 15:07 Universal Time. And then we also had one here at 2.5 in South Carolina on July 29th at 17:45 Universal Time. Now both of these areas have had earthquakes quite often recently. Just, you know, not like California, we've got a whole bunch of them, but one here and then one here, or up in here. But I thought the fires were kind of oddly positioned, and this morning I was trying to learn about dipole antennas, and there's this little diagram here about an elementary doublet, and I'm not sure this has anything to do with it, but I just noticed this angle was 120 degrees here, which is something that was appearing in earthquake patterns quite often. So this came to mind, you know, that this geometric shape was there. And so when I looked at, I cut and pasted a copy of it here on my paint. I saw that if you draw, let me do it here a minute. I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to connect this earthquake to this one. And then I'm going to change colors, and we're going to connect the fires. So I'm going to take this one, connect it here, this little batch, connect it here, and then I'm going to continue on through. And take this one here and connect it here. And you can see we almost have, I mean, these are almost parallel, and I can't tell exactly where that fire is, and maybe it would become more parallel if I looked closer, but all of these form, well, it's not 120 degrees, it's 109 degrees, which for a while the earthquakes were doing that too. And I just found it very interesting. So I'm going to kind of be watching and see if we have these earthquakes. But another thing that's interesting about this is notice that this blue line goes right through New Madrid. I mean, that's right where the storm's rising up, and then there was another little earthquake here, not quite centered. Well, I didn't quite hit center up here either. Well, that'd take it off even more. But right in line with that. And I'm sure that's no coincidence. Going back to, actually I'll give a link for this below the video about dipole antennas. These little donut things. And actually these donut things remind me of these, what I call green bubbles. If you do a search on my name and bubbles, you'll come up with them showing up in Texas, and let's see, I think they were showing up in Mississippi, down in the south as the Terminator line went over. You'd see them rising up. But it just shows you about the different antennas. And I'm slowly learning about this. For some reason, the Lord is not giving me instant knowledge on it, which would be really nice, but I'm learning the hard way. But actually, as I learn things, I run into more things that all of it's part of the puzzle. So going over to the troposphere report, also you can see that we have a high pressure area here over the New Madrid. And I found it interesting. I think they call these isotox, that, you know, following this line around, you've got an orange area, which is a cool area, well, low pressure, I assume, and high pressure on each side of the line, and it's connected by a circle. And over here, we've got the same thing. Actually, this is kind of in the same line as those earthquakes now that I think about it. See this kind of puddle of pink isotox? That's that same, let's go back and look. Well, no, these are more up in, so it would be down here more. Let's look again. Let's see, going over Minnesota here, about the middle of here, down to Yuma. All right, so if we go from here down to Yuma. Oh, there's another fire right there. Look at that. Interesting. I wonder if it was here when I pasted it. No, it wasn't showing up here. Well, that's interesting. Well, this must be a new fire too. Let's go look. Nope, that fire was there. Let's see, is it the same one? I'm always going back and forth on things. Yeah, that one was there, but the one in Yuma, going back to my paint, was not quite there yet. So that would be another, well, Yuma's down here though, so that's not the same, that's not in line. So we'll have to see if another one pops up over here in a little bit. What's hard about this is everything's continually moving, so you know, when you lock in on something, it doesn't take long and then it changes again. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about. I wanted to kind of scan through this. I want to show you this. This is the wind pattern, and we've actually had this pattern for a while. For back when that dust storm was in Phoenix, we had that pattern. This was coming up in here, and then there was a high pressure area in Utah, and it was came around through Iowa. And this has been, let me kind of scroll down. This is projecting actually, but you can see how it's rotating. Coming up to future 0, and then 6 hours. Each movement 6 hours. So scanning down, and it's the center of it keeps moving, but it's just that same general pattern. Let me zoom out here. Control plus and minus, and I'll put a link to this site too. Can get you to zoom in and out. Okay, one more and you can get all of them going. Actually, you can see all of them here. All right. There's something else heading for the New Madrid over here. And then while I'm here, I wanted to go back and show you. Here in LA, we've got this bright green area, and I can't remember his name. Someone brought it to my attention, and I did go look at it on College page. Let's look at it here. And what they've done on LA is they've blocked it out. See that? It's missing the top half of that big green blob. Should be looping through. There we go. You see they've cut it off right here, right at the Doppler. And if we go look at, let's just go look at LA here. Then you can see it's actually more than that. So they've just taken and blocked part of it out. I guess so that we don't get confused. But, you know, with the big blank there, that I think that would tend to confuse people more. Or maybe they're just hiding it from us. I don't know. What do you think? So, anyway, I still can't get to my timestamps, but I'm doing fine without them. Actually, it causes me to be a little more general about things, which maybe is more useful in the long run. So, I just thought that was interesting, that storm that we had rising up, as well as these... oh, we got another fire popped up here in Oklahoma now. So Anyway, God bless you. Have a good rest of the day.